Hi, welcome to another video, or welcome to your first video with me, maybe. I'm Jessie, and today I'm going to set up a weekly spread in my bullet journal. In all of my videos, I've pretty much only done monthly spreads. I do show weekly spreads in my vlogs if you're interested to see more of those, but I thought that I could do just a dedicated video to weekly spreads, just to give you an idea of how I use mine, and a couple layout ideas if you are looking for some new layout ideas and just ideas for what to write. I am a big time homebody. I don't really do a whole lot, but just because I don't like go a lot of places or do a lot of things doesn't mean that I don't have things to document every day. So, you know, if you're like me and you stay home a lot, maybe this will give you some ideas for things that you can journal about. So I will set up my spread for this week and then do a little flip through of the month so far. I start out making my spread just by writing the days of the week. I try to divide up the pages evenly and give each day its own little section. I always end up somehow giving Monday a lot of space and then Tuesday doesn't get very much. But it's fine, whatever, it works. But I try to make them even. It doesn't always work out. Just trying to decide where I want the days to go on this page. And I do regret where I put Friday, and you will see me fix that later on in the video. I like to use a lot of color in my journal. I know it's kind of trendy to do like neutrals and really soft watercolory type design, but I just like the big, bold, bright colors. They make me happy. So you do what makes you happy, but this is the style that I like. After I get the days of the week all written out, I largely left this video unedited. I cut out big chunks of nothing happening, but other than that, I wanted to give a more realistic look at the process. So you can see how much I move stuff around. You can see kind of how I go about getting things lined up, the building and layering process. You can see me fix mistakes. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to just let it play and not edit out a lot of the stuff that I usually edit out. The washi tapes that I use I like to use ones that are abstract or floral, pretty much. I don't use the ones that have illustration on them. I like the abstract, colorful ones better. I think that they coordinate nicely with my stickers and don't compete with them. Is it too early for pumpkins? I feel like it's not, right? Like it's the end of September. We can get into pumpkins. My stickers are repositionable, but some of them have really delicate parts. Like I just ripped that pumpkin stem right there. It is salvageable though. You just gotta be careful. I moved this because I covered up that little piece of blue washi tape. I wanted you to be able to see it peeking through behind the stickers. When I'm decorating, all I'm doing is going for colors that coordinate, and I'm trying to achieve balance on the page. I just start sticking stuff down, and then I try to put the next decoration in a spot that will balance out the weight. So if I put too much stuff on the right side of the page, I try to add some stuff to the left side of the page. Or, you know, if I put too much stuff in the middle, I try to put some stuff up at the top, just to keep it more visually balanced, weighted evenly. See what I mean? I move stuff around a lot, so you don't have to be committed. If you put a sticker down and you don't necessarily like where you put it, you don't have to keep it there. You can move it. I also like my stickers to be anchored to something rather than just floating around in the middle of the page. So I always try to stick a piece of washi tape behind them, or scrapbook paper, or something. Just something to anchor them to the page. Here's where I fixed where I put my Friday. I did not like where I wrote Friday, so I flipped to the very back of my journal and I just snipped out a little piece of page that was the same size as where I wrote it and glued it down on top so that I could rewrite it over towards the middle more. Because balance, I had too much stuff on that right hand side and it was just really bothering me. So I just glued this little piece of paper down on top, and it's not perfect. It does not look perfect, but it's okay. It looks better and I like it better. And then I had to move this little grouping of tape and stickers down to try to cover it up a little bit more. Forgot what day Friday was. See here, after I moved that sticker down, there was too much weight in the middle of the spread. So I moved it back up just a touch to bring it back into balance. It's all about balance. And that's it. Now I'm ready for the week, and it's a cute spread, so I'm excited to come back to these pages every day and do my journaling. So now let's do the little flip through and look at the spreads that I have already filled out in September. So actually, let's start with the monthly spread so I can show you how I use that. I mostly use it just for if I have appointments I need to remember or someone's birthdays. I write down, like, I washed the sheets this day. I need to do it again. I use this space for reminders or any notes, like this is stuff that's happening in October that I want to remember. Since you set this up as you go every month, there's not a place in October for me to write this. So I just wrote a little note here so that I can transfer that over when I do October setup. I am tracking my workouts, which I did a workout yesterday, so I need to mark that down. So I'm tracking my workouts with a little green star on the days that I get it done. And then I also have a step goal that I am tracking. Just in case you don't know this, it's just a little PSA. If you have a step goal, which you don't have to have a step goal, that's fine. But if you have a step goal, it does not have to be 10,000 steps. You can set your step goal at whatever makes sense for you. So I had mine set at 5,000 steps, which is not very many, but that's what I did for the last 4 weeks. I had it at 5,000 because I was not tracking steps before this, and I just didn't even know how many steps I was taking every day. I just decided to start tracking because I just wanted to get more intentional movement in my days because I'm becoming pretty sedentary. There are days when I don't move that much. So I started at 5,000 and I did pretty well. There were a couple days here where I was just an absolute potato and I didn't hit it, I guess. But other than that, I easily hit the 5,000 most days, and even some days it was like 10,000. So I have moved it up to 8,000 now, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here is my first week of September. I was using this kind of semi-structured, loosely structured layout, which is my favorite. But I had lost my to-do list space when I started using this type of layout, so I taped this little piece of paper in here for my to-do list, which worked. It's fine. I use my weekly spreads as kind of a log of how I spend my time and just kind of some memory keeping. It's not so much for productivity, minus my little to-do list here. Like I wrote down that I got a steam cleaner and I cleaned all of the sliding door and window tracks, which were absolutely filthy. I organized the pantry that day too. That was I went to town cleaning that day. But see, I write down when I do my workouts, any any like work stuff I did. I wrote, I scheduled pins and posted a blog. It was my husband's birthday this day. I wrote down how we celebrated. And then that weekend, I took him to an escape room, which was really fun. So they took a picture of us there after we solved the puzzle, just barely made it out. And I clipped a little from the business card they gave us and stuck that in here. Oh, this day, man, this was a good week. This day the power went out. So we made pizzas on the barbecue. That was fun. And they turned out really very delicious. I'd never done that before. Okay, anyway, then, okay, this. So on this week, I was trying a little bit different of a layout. This layout is obviously more structured. I thought I really liked using this layout, but then I decided that I don't really like using it that much. I don't like this as much as I like this. So I was trying to do like work stuff over here and then just like more fun memory keeping stuff over here. I worked on my website a lot. I worked on my website a lot this month. I started a DIY project in our dining room. We have this cabinet thing that I've been wanting to paint forever, so I finally started painting that, and while I was painting it, I was watching Schitt's Creek, and I wrote down, "Warmest regards." I love that show. It's so funny. Our dishwasher broke. It's still broken. We have been washing our dishes by hand for the last couple weeks. Hopefully we get that fixed soon. Oh, and then here we went back to the less structured layout, which I just like this so much better. It's just so much more fun. It just makes me, when I look at it, it makes me feel happy, like much more than this type of layout does. So everything flows together, more room for stickers, more room for pictures. It's just more fun. But it's still sectioned out so where I can see like what I did on each specific day. It got cold that week. I turned the heater on. It's hot again now, but it got cold that week. So I write down like when like my energy levels, I like to keep track of those to see if there's any patterns throughout the month. Still working on the cabinet project. Oh, I got an email list set up. I got an email list set up on my website, which is what I was working on last week, and why I didn't get a video posted. It took me a while to get that all set up. But if you go to my website and you sign up for my email list, you get a little 15% off coupon to use towards an order. So if you're interested in that, I wrote down that I learned how to hang cabinet doors. That's a pretty big thing. I write down what I'm reading and what I rate the book. I write down like we got pizza from a really good local restaurant. It was very, very good. So I write down stuff like that. My husband and I took our dog for a little hike on the weekend. We went to a waterfall, which you can barely see. It was so low, but it is back there. That's a little waterfall there. And of course, Journey went swimming because cannot keep her out of the water when we are by the river. Yeah, and then we're caught up to this week. So that is how I use my weekly spreads. This is a spread from April, but I just wanted to give another example of the types of layout that I like to use. I haven't done this type in a very long time, but if you are the type of person who wants a more structured layout, this is one that I like for my weeklies because it has its spot for every single day. but it also leaves this room for if you want to write to-do lists or reminders, whatever notes down here. This is a good one for if you use your bullet journal more for productivity. I think this is a nice layout to work with. Like I said, I am tending to use mine more for just, see, I just love this type of layout. But I'm starting to use mine more for memory keeping, rather than productivity. And I do think this type of layout is kind of a good mix of both. You can do your more productive stuff over here to stay organized and on top of stuff, and then use this page for memory keeping stuff. I did use this for a couple weeks, but I ultimately just went back to this type because it's my favorite. So it's very versatile and you can really make it your own. Really use it in whatever way works best for you and makes you happy. So that is how I use my weekly spreads and a couple different layout ideas. Hopefully that gives you a couple ideas for layouts that you could use in your own journal. Moving forward, I kind of want to try using daily spreads. So maybe in October I'm gonna experiment with those. Now that I have made a habit of doing this pretty consistently, I kind of want to try the daily spread, see how that goes. So I'm gonna have to think about how I want to do that for next month. But for now, I guess that's it. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. It's very exciting every time I log in and I see that I got another subscriber. So thank you. If that's you, if you're subscribed, I very much appreciate you for being here. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.